survived and conquered anxiety disorder for a reason. I won. Now I am turning everything I have learned and gone through into a tool I am using to impact the world greatly and positively. I'm always creating awareness on mental health disorder and how seriously it should be taken. I remember that night vividly, in my parents' arms, jerking profusely. My parents were scared to death. I thought that was the end of me. I had run from Lagos to my parents' home because I couldn't handle what was happening to me anymore. After I had already been diagnosed and treated of malaria and typhoid on countless occasions. This was in 2018-2019. The symptoms kept presenting as that of malaria and typhoid, which are common but mostly abused ailments in Nigeria. What I mean by that is this, like almost every time you go to the hospital in Nigeria, and the lab test is done, malaria and typhoid must be seen in the result. I mean, coupled to the fact that we as Nigerians were exposed to mosquito, right? The doctors I met kept pumping my system with anti-malaria and antibiotics and even placed me on admission at some point. I would like to mention that I am a medical laboratory scientist. So to an enormous extent, I know a lot about health. I began to question these doctors, their diagnoses and treatment, but they weren't having it. Because at that time, the jerking I was having, it wasn't Rigo. Like Rigo, when you have malaria and all that, there's this kind of jerking or shaking that you have, as a result of cold. I knew that wasn't that kind of jerking, right? But I tried telling this doctor, but the doctor wasn't having. He was so impatient with me. He was like, yeah, it's Rigo. And he was busy writing down whatever. He didn't even want to listen to what I had to say. The worst thing that can happen to you when you are sick is falling into the hands of an impatient and incompetent doctor or any health caregiver at all. That was my case at the initial stage of this ailment. Some of these health caregivers are just after your pocket and they don't give a hoot about your life. I'm a health caregiver and I'm saying this with my full chest.